Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. As you can see, we're on location today. It's a hot day here in Newburyport. We're up at the new Bartlett Mall playground up here on High Street, okay? So this is the old Kelly School playground. It was done over. It is the first universally accessible playground here in Newburyport. We've actually put 2 in this spring. So this is our first ribbon cutting. This is actually going to happen in a couple hours here, 4 o'clock. But we're excited about this project. If you haven't come out here and checked it out, please come check it out. A lot of great work went into it. So we're excited to celebrate that later today. High Street is a bustle right now because Mass DOT is paving Winter and Summer Street. So they've got people coming up Market Street, and so High Street, it's just going to be a very tough day for travel here in the city. We knew this. This is why I was talking about this last week with the City Council and why we were putting out information about it. We knew this was going to be a tough day. So if we can just hang in there, get through today. I know people are going to be frustrated. High Street is really tough to travel on right now, but we're hoping to get that cleared up soon. We've got a police detail up here pushing traffic along. So again, just hang in there. This paving should be done today on both of those streets. All right, what else is going on? So the FY25 budget, we had another budget hearing last night, so we are just about wrapping up next week. Tonight they'll be talking about capital improvement plan projects. Tuesday we've got public safety, so you've got health, harbor master, police and fire. And I gotta tell you, these have been incredibly positive budget hearings, right? This is the City Council's opportunity to go through the budget line by line with each of the department heads. We had a big meeting last night with a lot of thoughtful questions for our veterans officer, for our library, for our Council of Aging, for our recreation and youth services. And, we just finished DPS. We had some big conversations around water, sewer, highway, and parks. So again, these have been incredibly positive hearings. Like I said, it's a very, I would say, I've been saying this a lot, a thoughtful and modest budget this year where there's not a lot of huge asks in the budget, but there are a lot of areas that we're looking to increase funding on so we can actually do more work in the city. And that's probably more specific to DPS than any other department, but we feel like we've got the right people in place and we'd like to do a little bit more work. And so it'll be, the hearings will end next week. I want to thank the Budget and Finance Chair, Councilor Zeid, for running a good process as usual. They will finish up their hearings on Tuesday and Thursday of next week, and then they'll go to City Council for either a vote on their June 24th meeting or the next night on a special meeting on June 25th. So stay tuned. But that budget process is almost done, and thank you to all my department heads. This is an incredibly stressful and kind of anxious time at City Hall, right? Everyone's put their budget together, but they don't know what's going to be kept and what's going to be cut. So, that's why I think that process is so important. And I think the performance of my department heads, I couldn't be more proud of them because they handled all the questions. And like I said, I think we're heading in the absolute right direction here in the city. And it's because of the people that we have in place in these roles, okay? Another big thing that happened this week is that we put out our RFP, so request for proposals, for the Brown School reuse project, right? So this has been talked about for a while. I've been wanting to put this RFP out for a while, and we finally got it out, should have gone out today. And again, this was our way of getting something out there while the City Council is doing some of these other things. And now that it's out there, we can actually get some proposals about what possibly could be done there. And we put some pretty tight parameters around it because I think what you'll find in town is that there's a segment of town that is just really focused on putting some sort of affordable housing there. They don't really care about the unit count, which just means like how much housing is actually going to go in there. It's a very dense neighborhood, and it's very important, right? So I think we do have to maximize our affordable housing there at that space. I think it should be senior affordable housing, and I think a lot of people are on board with that as well. But then there's another segment that does want to see that, but they'd rather see a much more modest project. It's only zoned for 20 units right now. And then there's a segment of people that just would like to see the gym kept as a community space because, again, I'll say it again, we are short gyms here in town, and they get so much use for a variety of things, whether it be arts or recreation. So there's that part of it as well. So I'm glad we put something out. Contractors will have until August 15th to submit their proposals. And then at that point, the city council, again, will have final say over whatever happens at the Brown School. But at least now we've got some either great information about like what is actually possible there. And then two, hopefully we have some great proposals to consider as well. The request for information didn't really produce any proposals that were doable right now. So I think we needed to go through this RFP process to get some more information. So stay tuned. If you have any questions, please reach out to my office. Where we landed in the RFP is we wanted to land in the middle of kind of everybody and just see what could be done, right? So I mean, I'm in favor of trying to keep the gym at the Brown School. So we put that in the RFP, and then we should be able to hear from contractors whether that's actually doable or not. So stay tuned, but that's where we are. That RFP went out this week, and it's going to be up on the website. So if you want to go check it out, please go check it out. I wanted to give a shout out to, so last weekend I had a ton of events that I had to attend, and one of them I stopped by at was the Bixby International 150th year celebration. So Bixby International is a company down on the industrial park. They celebrated their 150th year. They had a big clam bake down there. But that's a cool company because it was a company that started out as a shoe company, and then they had made a pivot to plastics. And so it was really a fascinating story. They actually gave me a book that kind of celebrates and gives the history of their 150 years. But I was psyched to go down there. I was psyched to meet some of the Bixby family who are still involved on their board. And it was great to hear from some of the leaders down there about all the great things they're doing at Bixby International. So thank you for having me. This Saturday, Local Pulse, our Local Pulse, is celebrating its 500th episode. So first, I want to say congratulations to Joe DiBiase. I've been able to go on his show a number of times. It's become part of my Saturday. It's really the only kind of local forum that Joe has on, and it's really the greater Newburyport area where he talks about everything, local politics, projects. He talks about arts, culture. He used to bring on restaurants all the time. So, I mean, there's just a lot of things that Joe covers week to week. And like I said, I love every time going on there. He's very easy to talk to. He's very prepared. He has great questions. And we really tackle all those kind of big issues that people are talking about in the city. So congrats, Joe. I'm going to stop by his show on Saturday. He's going to be broadcasting from, I think, outside at Brine on State Street. So I'm going to go down and see Joe on Saturday. But congratulations, Local Pulse. Also on Saturday, Flag Day 5K. This event is awesome. It's one of my favorite days each and every year. It honors Lieutenant Derek Hines, who was tragically lost a number of years ago. He was an Army Ranger, local family. His family has put this foundation together. I know his brother Trevor will be kind of the MC. He's kind of like leading this effort along with the rest of his family. Just a wonderful family. They do so much for veterans, not only in the area but around the country. And the parade is a great opportunity to, one, talk about Derek's service and sacrifice, but also talk about all the great work that they're doing throughout the year. So I'm looking forward to that. I get to speak at it as well. Flag Day's a little special to me. My grandfather's birthday, Warren Oliver Page, who the fire department's named after here in Newburyport. That was his birthday, so this was always a special time of year, and it fits right in with, you got D-Day, Flag Day, Memorial Day, honoring our brave men and women in the services. So Flag Day 5K, the weather looks going to be great. It's going to be a little hot. It's going to be a great day to get out there. Monday is the 8th grade class graduation they call it Class Day at the Rupert A. Knock Middle School. My daughter's in 8th grade. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a nice class. That's always a really fun day, which means school's out the next day. So here we are at the end of summer. End of the school year. My daughter, I just ran into her real quick. She had finals start today at the high school. And then we have the Mullen Awards also happening on Tuesday where we honor some teachers in the district. So a lot of good things. I want to thank our Superintendent Sean Gallagher, the school committee, all our great staff here in Newburyport for a wonderful school year, and I hope all of our students have a great summer here in Newburyport. Coming up on Monday, June 17th, that's our big Market Landing Park and Bulkhead Project celebration. It's bigger than a ribbon cutting. We had these two massive projects going on the past year down on our waterfront, and they're both just finishing up. I was down there earlier today. They're just putting the finishing touches on some of the swings that have been set up in the new park. But I can't tell you how many people have stopped me to say how beautiful the park looks. So maybe next week Ryan and I will go down there and we'll fill the Mayor's Quarter down there. But we're excited for Monday. It should be a celebration. This park has been talked about for decades here in Newburyport. It's a fulfillment of like a vision of taking those parking spaces and bringing more green spaces to our wonderful waterfront. And again, many administrations played a part in this, many city councils played a part in this, many local grassroots groups played a part in this. So we're going to celebrate all that on Monday, and Congressman Seth Moulton's going to be here. He was instrumental in getting that $2.25 million federal earmark for the bulkhead project, which is also finishing up, which again holds our whole waterfront together, and that came out really wonderfully as well. So we're looking forward to that, and thank you to our project managers on that, our planning director Andy Port and Jordy Vining. So we're celebrating that on Monday. And lastly, I know I'm going a little long, but Juneteenth is coming up on a Wednesday, the 19th. Federal holiday. We've got a lot of great things going on at City Hall. Flag raising at 12, block party over at 1 o'clock over at YWCA. I hope you can come out and help us celebrate Juneteenth. And that's my Mayor's Corner. If you're driving around Newburyport, bear with the traffic. We've just got to finish a couple things through Mass DOT. And I will see you all next time on the Mayor's Corner.